Welcome to this brief tutorial where you will learn how to save and export items from your custom folders on the classic EBSCO user interfaces. If you have items in your MyEBSCO folder, in a custom folder, in the classic user interface, you can export those items, such as articles and ebooks, out of classic and into an option of your choice. To do this, ensure you are signed into your folder and then access your folder. On the left-hand side, you'll see there are two sections here, My Folder, which is our general system folders, and we also have Custom. My Custom folders will not be migrated or transitioned to the new user interface. To ensure that you have access to articles or ebook records that are useful to you and for your research, you may like to export these records now. You can do this by navigating into your My Custom and selecting the folder. In this case, we can see I have 4 ebooks. I'm going to click the link to access those 4 ebook records. Then I'm going to use the option to select all. Over to the right-hand side, I have 4 options available to me. I can print a copy of these records. And if I do have PDF in my print options, I can simply save these as a PDF, and I'll also have the citation details available to me here. I can also email those records by selecting Email. I will just need to include the email address I want these to be sent to. I can also specify if I want a standard format or a citation format or a customized field format. I can also ensure it's in rich text or plain text, depending on my preferences, and then I'll click Send. I can also save my records as a file to my desktop. I'll click on Save File. Here I can include the brief citation, or I could select a citation format, or again, a customized field format. I'm then going to click on Save. This is very similar to what we saw with the print version, and from here I can save this to my desktop. And our final option is the export. Using the export tool, I have a few options. I can do a direct export using RIS format that will then open in a bibliographic manager platform such as EndNote, Zotero, or Mendeley. I could use direct export to EndNote Web, to a generic bibliographic management software, in XML format, BibTeX format, Mark 21 format, direct export to RefWorks, direct export to EasyBib, or I could download these records in a CSV, or direct export to Noodle Tools. In this case, I'll show you first of all the RIS format, and I'll select the option and click Save. This will provide a download of those records in the RIS format. I'll need to access those from my download history, and if I have the appropriate software installed on my machine, such as Zotero, it will pull across those records into my library. Now, if you don't have access to a bibliographic management software or any of these other options, you can always download the records to CSV. And again, we'll find the options in the browser, and my records are now in Excel. So I can then save a copy of those records as required. Thank you for watching this tutorial.